Hello, children, one and all. This is Six. Welcome to the ace match of the Dogsi Monthly Open 6 Finals. This is going to be between Alternatives Aaron, starring as the teal Protoss in the northeastern position on Zonaga Caverns. This is the third time we've played this map. And Neo Red Archon as the red Terran in the lower western position, southwestern position on the same map. So this is a reflection of game 2 at the moment, and in that game, I believe Archon was able to take that game actually, so the series is currently 2-2. Everything riding on this match. First place walks away with $200, whereas second, a lowly $100, which means he's only half as good as his opponent. And I don't believe that either player wants to live knowing that he is only half as good as his opponent in this game. Of course, both of these players have been showing fantastic play. Aaron with his going mainly Colossus against the Bio Ball, able to match expansion for expansion in each of these games. However, at the same time, Archon doing very well, extremely well with his Ghost positioning, able to get those sentries before they get off the force fields, able to take out all the energy from the High Templar and the Archons as well as the Colossus, which, weakens them a whole lot. You're taking out half of the energy, half of the HP, half of the damage that is required to kill those units, and I'm just boxing. So both players definitely feeling the tension right now, just gonna be making workers tensely, and gonna be scouting out very soon. Hopefully this game is gonna be of epic proportions. Archon already doing his signature scout in the base before putting down his barracks, ever so vigilant against any sort of cheese, any sort of base inside his base. At the same time, Gateway going down for Alternatives Aaron. However, he will be a man and be doing no such in-base scouting before sending out his probe to do some scouting in his opponent's base. Actually, gonna be ducking by the Zonaga Watchtower, a little bit of manual control right there. And gas going down right here for Archon, so look to see that one barracks expand into two more barracks. However, the only mix-up he's really made with these builds is if he gets a tech lab or a reactor on the first racks. And, the reactor worked well last time. The tech lab didn't really work well in the third game. So let's see what he's going to pick. And Refinery is just finishing up now. Going to be saturating that definitely. And the probe does scout the same opening that has occurred in the last few games. Assimilators finishing up pylon at the back. Look to see the Cybernex core possibly go down behind the mineral lines, as he has kind of favored doing that, Aaron. But this pylon kind of blocks off the escape. However, the cyber core does go down here at the back side behind the minerals. Going to be walling that off. And the orbital command is currently coming up, about halfway done. Supply depot being built at the northern position. Going to be useful for spotting any sort of drops or proxies. And this probe, very content, going to be getting out just before the Marine spawns, and it looks like he will be getting away very easily. So some very nice timing there from Aaron, just to save his worker, and no Stalker on the way quite yet, as that Cyber Core is only about halfway done, but expect to see the first Stalker chrono boosted out for Aaron. Second gas going down as well. Another probe coming out, possibly going to be doing some more scouting, as Aaron has been very active with this probe scouting. He's not afraid to send out two workers just for the sole purpose of taking the Zonaga Watchtowers. At the same time, this Marine is going to be taking a low ground stance. Tech lab on the first barracks. However, we're seeing a Reaper this time, so this could be a mix-up, a little bit of a changing ball, failed baseball reference, and the Reaper could certainly come in here, abuse all this cliff right here, and go in and just snipe some workers, as Aaron might be pushing out here with the Stalker Sentry mix, as he has been quite aggressive with his early gateway units in the last 4 games. Second barracks also coming up now, so no command center quite yet. He's very high on his gas. He's very high on his gas. So I'm not really sure why he got the second refinery so quickly. Possibly going to be getting up one of those early upgrades. And the probe does go down to the Marine, so no more scouting for you. And this SCV going to be seizing this forward position, Zonaga Watchtower, and just spotting for some proxy shenanigans. A lot of players do like to hide starports down here on the low ground. It's very sneaky, and if you're not ready for it, you can just bite the dust just from that. It looks like this very slow Reaper is going to be meeting this probe in the face. It only takes 3 hits from a Reaper to kill a probe, so that's why a lot of players do enjoy building them in 3s and just going into the opponent's base and start sniping off workers. However, we'll be taking the long route around, spotting no natural, and going up through here and just get up a full scout off of the base, possibly do some harass. 3 gateways have gone down, another pylon as well, so possibly looking to go 3 gate expand, another sentry on the way. He needs to spend his gas, and indeed he will succeed in doing so. Concussive shells are on the way as well as a factory, so very fast tech compared to the last few games. Going to be sniping off the gas probe. There he gets one. He pulls probes, and the sentries and probes will be able to take down this Reaper. However, it did succeed in spotting the 3 gates. However, he didn't scout around all the pylons, so he doesn't know if it's a 4 gate or not. At the same time, in the lower right position, actually, the scouting's so good in this game that no unit is left unchecked, even going to be scouting across into the abyss. This Marauder and Marine buddy must be pretty awkward between them, chatter. Just size difference. Oh god, I'm awkward. And concussive shells just finishing up right now. Reactor also going down. Bunker being placed down at the front. And hey, this is a bit weird. Reactor factory, starport. So maybe look to see some Banshees with building the tech lab on the starport instead, or look to him to go massive medevac, mass infantry, or something. I really don't know what's going on at the moment. Oh god, that can't happen. How embarrassing. At the same time, second Nexus going down for alternatives. Aaron, Stalker Sentry, very nice composition that we've seen. Bit of a signature move from this young man. I have no idea how old he is, but at the same time, he's very high on his chrono boost. So one way that some Protoss players do like to use their chrono boost is just, chrono boost the gateways. A lot of people don't do it unless they are pushing, but there's nothing wrong with doing it at moments of passivity either, I think. Going to be chrono boosting out some probes instead, I believe, and there we do see the chrono boosted energy on the Nexus. SCV going to be taking the watchtower and do some more scouting, so a lot of scouting this game. This probe, in fact, has been controlling this watchtower for quite a while, and not much going down. So the starport and the factory are going to be switching. So reactor starport, what's he going to make? Medevacs? Well, he doesn't really have the minerals for it, and he's just really low in minerals at the moment. Actually, bit curious. So this kind of flares to me that he got his second refining just a little bit too early, I guess. And 2 medevacs are on the way, yes. So he's going to be going 3M. Very standard, very upfront, no shenanigans. Stimpack going down, and it looks like he might be making a push here as he is salvaging this bunker. However, at the same time, Aaron has sent another probe to this lower right side, very determined to get the proxy pylon behind these tall reeds, perhaps. Yeah, just going to be pushing out with this small force, and keep in mind that 3M in small numbers is very, very, very effective, very deadly. Especially with that Stimpack, it looks like he will be going for a timing push here. Look how nicely this lines up. 2 medevacs, 2 marines, and the Stimpack will be coming out at approximately the same time. However, at the same time, on Aaron's side, a robotics facility will be going up. I'm not sure if any units are going to be able to come out in time. However, if Archon does choose to push straight away, these 3 warp gates are able to make units. However, he's not utilizing that at the moment. He's not supply caps. However, he is a little bit mineral starved, I guess. Small force going to be taking out that probe, and now Aaron is aware of this push here at the watchtower. These 2 medevacs are going to be coming in here. Maybe going to be using them to drop here in the high ground inside the base and then escape later. That could be a curious play, and we are actually seeing a drop coming in here. So I'm going to be following these 2 medevacs as they endeavor to the Protoss base in an attempt to take it down, at the same time securing his own natural expansion. And the probe has actually snuck his way into the main for Archon, so getting off a full scout. Stimpack has finished, and he's going to be swinging around here to the eastern side. However, Aaron does have some nicely positioned perimeter pylons. Going to be able to spot those drops as soon as he can. And let's see if he's keeping his eye on the minimap. Are the probes going to be pulled? It doesn't look like he's watching it quite yet. And unload right now, a nice reaction time right now. And I actually click the tab button accidentally. Stimpack being used, not really being decisive with what he wants to take down. Instead, he's choosing to engage the army. Take down 1 zealot, take down two zealots. No, take down only 2 zealots. There we go. But losing nothing. He needs to get out here with these medevacs. Oh, losing 1 medevac, which is fully loaded. And is he going to lose the second one? He needs to travel further into the abyss, but he looks like he's instead going to be going for the natural expansion. The units for the Protoss army are going to be swinging around here in order to defend. Doesn't look like this medevac is going to be dropping off anytime soon. That was a serious hit. Let's go to the units lost. He's lost 1,000 compared to 650. And it does look like this Protoss force is looking quite fearsome, especially with this Immortal in front leading the way. Tons of sentries, going to be able to get off a lot of Guardian Shields and Force Fields. Observer coming out now for the Protoss.